Williams states that culture is a description of a particular way of life, which expresses certain meanings and values, not only in art and learning, but also in institutions and ordinary behaviour. Advertisements for the original chapstick start off representing the political, social and cultural attitudes of the time, war, the nuclear family, etc., not gender focused. This changes greatly towards the 60s and 70s with the focused target market solely becoming women. Susie Chapstick becomes a major icon and a symbol of the product being empowering for women. Early 2000s, the product starts to promote itself to attract the ideal romantic partner. You can see the next slide for a visual progression. In developing the image or persona of the brand, we considered cultural expectations and colour. Danger provides a universal listing of colour associations. Some of the more common associations include red, which is warmth, passion, excitement, fire, winter, or blue, coolness, water, sea, summer, men, green, country, coolness, restfulness, spring, or yellow, sunshine, heat, cheerfulness, etc. Liptis chose to do blue and green as the colouring because Australian culture associates these two colours with spring and summer, health and well-being. This sets up what Liptis ultimately has to offer. So what does Liptis have to offer? Liptus ultimately offers confidence, comfort, reliability, and relief. Liptus is natural and environmentally friendly, helping the planet while also helping the audience or you. Liptus will be there through all aspects of the life from childhood to childhood, through any season in any climate. Quite clearly an oasis for your pocket.
An overview of our advertisement concept begins with the audience gazing up at the sun. The view pans down to a dry, hot, almost barren landscape, hazy with heat. There is no source of water around. A wedge-tailed eagle sits on the branch of a dead tree. It takes off as three drovers come into view, their horses sweating. The first drover, a jackaroo, pulls out a water canteen. It is empty, and they sigh. The second drover, a dillaroo, pulls out her canteen, almost empty. A little bit of iconic red, dry earth comes out instead, and she splutters as it hits her lips. The second jackaroo of the trio takes a sip from his canteen before pouring the rest out. Visual of water against cracked earth. He pulls out the product, Liptus, from his pocket and applies, and offers it to his comrades. They stare at him, exasperated, before they shrug and apply. The jillaroo has flash visions of the ocean, with a whale breaching. The jackaroo, who applies, has a flash vision of green rolling hills and a vast river. A koala sits on the river's banks, chewing lazily on a leaf. Return to the present. The trio look content, and they continue. Camera pans down to the canteen, which still dribbles water into the earth. Jackaroo has accidentally dropped Liptus, and it rests near the canteen as a eucalyptus sapling grows. The advertisement overall is an index, as each movement, character, and scene points to something other than itself. This is apparent through not only the visions experienced by the individuals in the scenes, but by the representation of the characters themselves. An index is a sign that shows evidence of the concept or object being represented. An index doesn't resemble the object or concept being represented. Instead, it resembles something that implies the object or concept. An icon or index can also become a symbol over time through repetition, and this is what has happened with the idea of the drover. The framing of the advertisement is extra-textual, as it relies on information outside of the text, such as background knowledge and experiences to frame the scene. It relies on the myths and romances present in outback Australian culture, such as the idea of the battler, of mateship, and of enduring climates that those outside would not really understand. This is prevalent throughout the advertisement through significant indicators such as the landscape itself and the trio representing each gender. The romantic myth of the drover is present in the works of poets such as Henry Lawson and Banjo Paterson, in songs by John Williamson, and more recently, the culture was represented in the major movie Australia, directed by Baz Luhrmann.
The overall metaphor present in the advertisement is the concept of the lip balm being an oasis for your pocket. This is shown through the appearance of the oasis at the end, where the sapling is growing up from where the product has landed near the canteen. The canteen did not produce the sapling, the product did. Metaphor is also shown through the visions the trio has, with the koala and whale bringing the audience back to the representation of the product. Binary oppositions that are present in the advertisement include man versus nature and the ever-present man versus woman. Even though the product is gender neutral and equality is shown through the presence of both genders, audience cultural attitudes and expectations will influence what they choose to perceive and also how they will react.